I'm Sydney and welcome back to my Flock and Squawk. Today I have a pretty exciting video to film, at least in my opinion. It is making our own lipstick. So after watching a few Safiya Nygaard videos and also watching some DIY makeup product videos, I thought it would be so much fun to make our own lipstick. So I am very much into a vintage look and whatnot, but why not branch out into making our own? So I looked on Amazon and the supplies needed sort of range in cost, but I actually found a DIY lipstick kit that has everything you need to make a few lipsticks. So we're going to try this out today, and first let's unbox it. So this is what the outer box looks like. It's just pink with kisses and the information on it, and then you open it up. We have an instruction booklet. We have the pigments. This one came with 8 pigments. Some labels for your lipstick. We got 8 tubes that we can choose from. Each are different. Each are a different tube style, round, square, but they are all the roll-up lipsticks. And then we have our shea butter. This is the rack and molds for the actual lipstick itself, so the little silicone tips and then attachments, so those can go over there. I'll show you better later. Our measuring cup, essential oils should you choose, and then some coconut oil to help lubricate the molds. A spoon that is both our measuring and mixing spoon. And some beeswax. Then we have the last little tube and the silicone mold. So I'm going to finish taking the plastic off the rest of this, and then I will show you better each piece. So here we have everything. We have beeswax, coconut oil, shea butter, lavender oil, and citrus oil for scenting, not necessarily flavoring, but scenting. And then we have 8 lipstick tube options. We have our measuring spoon and labels, our instruction booklet. As you can see, we have black, white, and pinky nude, red, pumpkin red, orange, coral red, and a dark brown, and you can choose one of those or you can mix for your own custom color. We have our little measuring cup, and then we have the silicone mold in a stand. It is the stand, and then you put your silicone lipstick tip, and then you put the metal ring on top. So let's get started. I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to go straight for the nudie pink, but I might change my mind after I take a peek inside the actual containers. So let's get into it. So the first step in making the lipstick is to lube up the molds, and for this you use the coconut oil. So I'm just going to actually take off the lid, dip this in, and lube it up graciously. And then you also and boom. So I am going to actually just make 2 of these lipsticks in the mold, and then I'm thinking that I will put the rest of the lipstick in actually a little jar container. Obviously that makes for harder application on the go, but it's easy to use as... So I'm going to take these ones out that I'm not using, but it makes it easier to use as rouge, not to mention I probably don't need to lube up the jar since it's not popping out, but I'll just do a little courtesy swipe. So we are going to do 2 tubes and then ideally 1 jar. Let's put this on a paper plate just to be safe. So, sorry if the paper plate makes it harder for you to see or not, but it makes me feel a little better. So let's just... So we have our 2 tubes that we're going to do, and then we have our little jar. So step 1 with the coconut oil is done. So I'm going to put this... And then let's bring out our beeswax and our shea butter. And then I grabbed the Pinky Nude. So with the steps, as you can see, it's coconut oil and then 2 teaspoons beeswax, 2.5 shea butter, and then some coconut oil. And then we put it in a saucepan with about 1 inch of water. And then once it's warm, we can add the pigments and then some essential oil if we choose, and pour in the molds. And then once it's hardened, about 20 minutes or 10 minutes in the fridge, then we put it in the tubes. So we are going to follow that. So there is the general instructions or ingredients for the lipstick. So let's just get into it. So it is 2 teaspoons of the beeswax pellets. And this is supposedly our measuring spoon. Ooh, they are flying, so I'll just and then the shea butter, which looks like this at the moment. So I am just going to use my finger to push it out. And then half. So this is not like a perfect measuring spoon, I'd say, but it's not bad feeling. So let's get our coconut oil. Let's do the half first. Obviously our coconut oil does not want to come out. So let's see if we can condense it out. So 1, 2, and then a half. And then about a half. And then I know it says to add the pigments later, but I've seen in videos that they add the pigments pre-melting. So I'm kind of thinking I will do that just to be safe. I don't want to handle it too much when it's hot. So, my hands are slippery now. But we are going to look at the nudie pink pigment, or Pinky Nude. Ooh. Ooh, that's very pretty. I feel like that'll be very pretty as a lipstick. So I'm just going to wash my hands first and then I'll do the pigment. So I'm back, and obviously the pink did not just wash off with water, which I guess is what you want with lipstick. So I'm just going to gently tap some in. I don't want to, like... If you hear anything, it's either the cats or the puppy, so I'm going to just... there. Do that. And then let's close this up. And I will get this melting on the double boiler and we'll pour our lipstick. So let's get to it. It's already starting to melt. So it's working well. I'm a little nervous about it being a plastic cup inside of a pot of boiling water, but I'm watching it closely, and it's pretty magical to see the actual pigment in there. I just feel like it'll be easier instead of having to fully rush once it's time to add the pigment. So looks like it's melting up nicely, and I am just going to move the camera back so that way when I go to pour, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to set that actually on the lid of my jar, and then let us pour this in. Oh, it's actually not too bad. Let's pour this into our lipstick molds. Well, we filled that one a little full, so let's fill that one, and then and wow, it's already looking like it's starting to harden, or at least on the very tops of the lipsticks. Poured that one into the jar. So yeah, not too difficult. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it hang out for a while. I'll probably do longer than 10 minutes just to be safe, and we'll see how it looks at the end. So it's been about, oh, I don't know, 40 minutes, so I'm going to try and put these in a lipstick tube. So I'm going to try this beautiful tube out first. And then just gently pull away, and it looks like it might need just a touch more time in the fridge. I'm going to roll it all the way down, and this can go in the fridge for the moment. But let's try putting the second one into this beautiful container, which actually is really fun. It has the button at the top to eject it. So we are going to try and gently remove that ring. And then here, I'll zoom in a little closer for you. So we pulled the ring off, and we are just going to push it in all the way, and then we're going to gently and it's lips. But yeah, this definitely needs a touch longer in the fridge, so let's just put these bad boys in the fridge for now for my lipstick. And this is the color that it is. Here you might be able to see better on the spoon. So let's move over to, maybe over top the stove where there's a little brighter lighting, and we can do a little swatch. So here's the container. And I feel like that will look very pretty on. Once my lipstick sort of solidifies more, or actually I have the pot so I can use a brush, we can try this on the lips. And there you have it. Here is the final shade. It's a little hard to see in this lighting in particular, but I will give you close-ups of the lipstick tube and ideally of my lips with the lipstick on in a different lighting, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. But I really enjoyed this video and this process. It went super fast compared to what I was thinking it might go, but melting it on the stove, the beeswax was the only thing to hold off, and I feel like it is probably easiest to put the pigment in with your melting. Not only is that what I've seen in other videos, but it is also just a feeling of how fast it was starting to set up once I took it off the double boiler. That being said, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I have other videos on my channel, mostly about vintage things, if you would like to check that out. And so that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk with me again. Have a great day. So here's the lipstick under a little bit different lighting. I feel like it's very flattering, and now I'm gonna take you around, try and find other lightings to show you.